negotiation instead of a military conflict. That's the way we see it. So we'll see how that goes.
Mr. Johnson, the Health Ethics Committee confirmed its investigation to Congressman Edwards. Has there been a conversation about addressing potentially the onboarding process for these congresspeople, considering there's been 2 resignations over similar allegations?
Well, look, the 2 resignations were, all these are individualized and special cases. They're different facts, different scenarios, different circumstances. And in the case of Swalwell, I mean, there was a long pattern of abuses that apparently everybody on Capitol Hill knew about except me, and it was right for him to resign. In the case of Tony Gonzalez, I mean, there was a long, really detailed due process investigation through the Ethics Committee, and he made a determination to step down. That was the appropriate thing as well. I am very consistent, intellectually consistent in every way, no matter whether you're talking about a Republican or a Democrat. Everyone is due process. If an allegation is made against someone, that is not reason for expulsion or disciplinary action. People get a chance to present their case. That's what the House Ethics Committee is all about. It's a process that has worked for a long, long time in this chamber. It's a very active committee right now, I'll concede that to you, but we've got to get on top of this. Now, you know, this week we now announced a new bipartisan measure. I'm really proud of this effort. It's probably long overdue, but myself and Democrat leader Hakeem Jeffries both have endorsed this and set it in place. So you have the Republicans Women's Caucus and the Democratic Women's Caucus working together in a partnership, as they like to call it, to work through the issues of misconduct of members with staff, to make sure that, in particular here, especially female staff members who work on Capitol Hill, are comfortable and safe. And there needs to be better reporting mechanisms, perhaps, on you know, when lines are crossed. We're going to police that very carefully. We're going to make sure that this is the safest place in America to work, as it should be. And so looking forward to that group and the productive ideas that come out of that. And I'm really proud that that's a bipartisan effort, as it should be. I'll bless it and move that as aggressively as possible, and we'll get that in place, so it'll help solve the problem.
As you just artfully laid out your legislative agenda, we know that there's a packed calendar coming up. You always have your narrow majority in the back of your mind. Next week, all eyes are going to be on Kentucky's 4th Congressional District. Who do you believe right now is the best person to coalesce around the conference to deliver on those priorities, particularly in the president's 2nd term?
Well, I watch all the primaries very carefully, of course, and the speaker's in charge of the whole map, and we're going to keep and grow this majority in this cycle, and I'm absolutely convinced, especially after the redistricting changes to the map. We feel very, very bullish about this. So we're going to run right through the tape. I'm not going to get engaged in these individual primaries. We see how it sorts out, but we're going to have a great crop of people. We recruited extraordinary candidates this cycle on the Republican side. I mean, great Americans who are going to come here and serve faithfully and patriotically, and we're looking forward to that new class coming in. Yes, ma'am.
On foreign policy, should President Trump have been more committal when it comes to Taiwan during his visit to China?
I haven't seen I've been really busy the last couple of days, so I haven't seen the exact readout on how that discussion went. I've heard I heard a couple little comments offhand of what he said. He feels like they had a very productive meeting. They talked about some really important issues, and I'm awaiting to sit down with him and go through it in detail. We had an exchange text last night, but he's on the way back now, I think, and we'll sit down and go through it. We'll find out. Look, we've always been concerned, and we've made America's interests very clear, our position on Taiwan. They need to stay independent and secure there, and we have an interest in that, as does everybody around the world, because of chip manufacturing and other reasons there. I'm sure they discussed that, but I don't know the details of it because I haven't talked to the president yet. So, one more. Yes.
The House Ethics Chair, Michael Guest, says his committee needs more resources to move matters more quickly through his committee. Will you give the Ethics Committee more resources?
Well, that's the first I've heard of it. I mean, obviously, we'll dedicate whatever resources are necessary to ensure the House Ethics Committee does its job as it should. And I will concede, and he had a great challenge. The chairman of Ethics Committee, that committee is very busy right now. There's lots of allegations flying around. So we'll make sure that they have everything they need to get the job done, and we'll continue to, again, police these things as best we can. We need every member of Congress on both sides of the aisle to act appropriately and according to the dignity of their office. It's a small ask, and 99% of the people around here do that every day. Those that don't will face disciplinary action, and we're going to police our own. We'll do that. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.